Hey everybody, my name is Justin and I'm one of the pastors here at One Life. I'm the teaching and vision pastor. And today I want to talk about our relaunch strategy. And I know that if you're like me, you've been asking the question, when are we going to gather on campus again? When, as One Life Church, are we going to worship together on campus? And so today I want to talk to you about our relaunch strategy. We're not using the idea of reopening because for us, the church never closed. It has been open. We have just been gathering together in our homes. And so the church is never closed. It is open, but we are going to relaunch our in-person on-campus gatherings in the near future. I want to read a quote by one of the great athletes of all time, Wayne Gretzky. He says, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not to where it has been." I just want to say this up front, that we are not looking backwards, okay? So we're not going to go back to the way it used to be, the way that it was normally, because you can't go backwards. We can only go forward. And so as we're talking about this relaunch strategy, we want to think about what is coming, what is next, what is God calling us to? So we're not going backwards, we're moving forward. As we have been thinking, the leadership, staff and elders, the leadership of One Life Church have been talking and praying about our relaunch strategy. We have been using 4 questions as our criteria for considering a time to relaunch. Question number 1 is it legal? Is it legal according to the state of North Carolina and to our country? So is it legal? Question number 2 is it virtuous? Or another way to think about that is it ethical? Or is it motivated by love? Now, you can see that something can be legal, but not virtuous. And so we want to keep that in mind, and we're weighing that tension between those two, because right now we could gather in person as a church. It would be legal. But for us, we're wondering, is that virtuous? Is that ethical? Is it motivated by love? Question number 3 is it practical? There have been so many conversations about what is it going to be included, what's going to be required when the church gathers together in person again. And so we have to take that into consideration. And then question number 4, is it in line with our vision? So when we come back, and if we have to be 6 feet apart and we have to wear masks and only one family can come in at a time and we can't have kids' life, is that in line with our values of church as family, authentic living, and a culture of investing? For us to make a decision to relaunch our in-person, on-campus gatherings, all 4 of those have to be a yes, okay? So that is our criteria for thinking about a time to relaunch. Let me walk you through our phases. We've come up with 5 phases, and you're going to see this. It's going to be online. It's going to be at onelifechurch.tv/relaunch. You're going to see this. We're going to put it on social media. This is our relaunch strategy. And as we talk through this relaunch strategy, I want you to know that all of the dates and all of the details are subject to change. This entire situation has been fluid. Things are changing on a daily basis, on an hour-by-hour basis. And so ours can change as well. Nothing is on solid rock right now when it comes to this plan. The other thing is our phases are based upon the guidance from the state of North Carolina, from Cabarrus County, and from other medical professionals that we have speaking into our lives as a leadership. And then our online services will continue through all of these phases and beyond these phases as well. All right, so let's walk through these. Phase number 1 is what we have been doing up to this point, from March all the way through May. In phase number 1, our worship gathering was online only. Our kids' life was online only. If you have kids, preschool through elementary, we want to invite you to join us every single week. You can join our Facebook group, our Kids Life Facebook group, and that's where our content is. And so we want to make sure that you are a part of that, because our Kids Life content is online only. The collective offices, our church offices, have been closed. Events have been canceled. And our groups, our discipleship huddles, were online only. That's phase 1. Phase 2, the state of North Carolina has announced that we are moving into phase 2 as of this upcoming Friday, as of Friday, May the 22nd, all right? And so we as a church are going to move into our phase 2 starting in June. As you can see, we're going to be a couple weeks behind as we monitor the situation in the state of North Carolina. So our phase 2, we're aiming to begin in the month of June. In that phase 2, Our worship gatherings will be online only. I can already hear some of you like, well, why aren't we meeting together? Remember the 4 questions. Is it legal? Is it virtuous? Is it practical? Is it in line with our values? And we look at June and we're like, we can't say yes to all 4 of those things. So our worship gathering will be online only. Kids' Life will be online only. The collective offices will have a limited schedule, so the lobby will be locked at all times. If you have a meeting with a counselor, a meeting with a staff member, a meeting with someone else that works out of the collective, you will need to set up a time for them to come and meet you outside of the doors and walk you in. Events will be modified and will follow health and safety precautions. Things like communion drive-thrus, they will be modified, and we will follow those health and safety precautions. All of our groups, discipleship huddles, they will meet in person and online during phase 2. And we're also going to start something new called Axiom groups. And Axiom groups are these places where you can take the next step in your discipleship process. And we're going to look at who is God and what is God up to in the world. And we'll tell you more about those in the coming weeks and how you can sign up for those. But we're going to start those in June. Phase 3, we're aiming to start in July. Our worship gathering will continue to be online only in July. We are going to start something called watch parties, and those will be in people's homes that feel comfortable to take that step and to have other families, other friends, other family over to join them to watch our service together. So we'll be starting those in phase 3. Kids' Life will continue to be online. The collective offices will continue to operate at a limited schedule. Events will continue to be modified, and groups, our huddles, will meet in person and online, and we'll continue to start these new Axiom groups for you to take your next step. All right? Phase 4. Phase 4, we're hoping will begin in the month of August. We're aiming at that. We're praying that that will become a reality. In phase 4, our worship gathering will resume on campus with a limited capacity and a whole family experience. Remember, we're not going backwards to the way it used to be, but we're looking forward to the way it's going to be. And so we're hoping that in phase 4, we will gather together on campus in a new way, and that we will also create a whole family experience that you and your children can be a part of if you have kids. And so just be thinking about that, and we're gonna roll out those plans as we get closer. Kids' Life, children will worship with their families. The collective offices will continue to operate with a limited schedule. Events will to be determined. So when you think about VBS, we have not made a decision about that, and we're looking at those 4 questions once again. Is it legal? Is it virtuous? Is it practical? And is it in line with our values as we make a decision about VBS? Our groups, huddles, will be in person and online, and we'll continue to start new Axiom groups where you can get connected. And then phase 5, that is the new normal for our church. We're not sure what that looks like. We're not sure when that will be. And just know, I want you to know that our staff and our elders, our ministry team leaders are praying through that. And we are monitoring the situation, and we will prayerfully make decisions accordingly to what God is up to and where we are with this virus in our country, in our state, and in our county. All right, so those are our phases. I'm sure that you have several questions, so let me tell you a couple things. One, while we're walking through these phases, you can join us every single week. Don't miss out on this. Every single week, onelifechurch.tv/live. We have 3 opportunities for you to tune in to our worship experience every single week. Sunday morning at 10:30, Sunday night at 8:30, and Wednesday at 8:30. You can join us at that link, onelifechurch.tv/live. Join us every week and check in and join the chat and lean in so that, yes, we're scattered, but don't be disconnected. The other thing is everything that you need to know about our church, the one-stop shop for everything you need to know about our church is at onelifehub.com. Make sure you add that to your home screen on your phone so that you can stay connected, stay updated with the weekly updates, and everything that you need to know is at onelifehub.com. If you have questions, I want to invite you to email your questions to info@onelifechurch.tv. I know you're going to have questions, so I want to invite you to go ahead, email us those questions. If you have my phone number, you have Daniel's phone number, you can reach out to us. If you want to send us a direct message on social media, we want to hear your questions. We understand that there are lots of questions, and we are an open book as we are walking through these phases together. Listen, God is faithful, and he is in the business of restoring his creation. We believe that, and we want to walk alongside of him. We want to love him and honor him, and we want to love our neighbors during this time that we're walking through together. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for our church. Grace and peace.